Hey guys, what's up? It's Ira from iPhone here with another exclusive video. Today we're going to be going over all the cool features of the iPhone 5. If you want to check out my iPhone 5 review, you can click there and in the little annotation link. We're going to be going over all the cool stuff in the iPhone 5, how to use it, how to use everything. More advanced users might not need to see this video, but if you're kind of a beginner or a moderate user and you want to learn all the cool things about the iPhone 5, definitely recommend watching the whole video and definitely share it with your friends. Leave a comment in the comment section below what your favorite iPhone 5 features is, and let's get started. Alright, so we're going to take a look at some of the cool features on the iPhone 5. Let's get started. First, obviously, your Messages application. Now, this is for both text messages and iMessage. If you want to set it up in the iMessage account, you can, of course, do that in the settings. We'll show you all that cool stuff a little later. Basically, you're just going to type in whatever contact you want to contact and type the message down here. You can attach an image if you want just by tapping that image icon right here. You could take a photo or video or attach an existing one. Now, obviously, we've got our calendar. Now, calendars can actually be synced up to Google Calendars if you have a Google Calendar. We'll show you how to do that in the settings, but definitely keeping calendar is very good. You can have different types of calendars, different things on your calendar, so I recommend doing that. Now, you have your photo viewer. You can take a look at all the cool photos that you have. You can zoom by just going like that. Basically, you just slide in like that and you'll get closer to the image. You can rotate the image by going to the side just like that. Now, the other thing that you can do is you can delete the image by tapping a little trash can over here, and you can share the image. You can email the image, send a text message or iMessage. You can share on Twitter, Facebook. You can apply it to a contact if you want to have this as a contact for somebody. You can print it, copy it, or use it as your wallpaper. We'll get into some of these other features in a little bit. Now, there's also this cool thing where you can edit the photo. You can touch it up a bit. You can get rid of like red eye and all that stuff and make sure that it looks good. Now, you can also add albums. So if you go over here, you can create a new album and you can add the photos to those albums. So that's definitely a really cool feature. Now, if you take a look at the camera application, you can see that you can actually take a photo or video of anything that you focus on. So say you want to take a photo of this iPhone 5 case, you're just going to tap right there. And the other cool thing is, if you're taking a photo like this, you can actually just press the plus volume, and that'll take the picture. So the plus volume right here. So that's a little cool trick that you can do. Now you can turn whether you want the on or off or auto for the actual flash, and you can rotate the camera to go back to your video camera. So that's a cool feature. And there's also some other options such as a grid, HDR, and panorama. All those are cool features I recommend checking out. Now, to switch it over to your video, you're just going to tap right here, and that brings it right into video mode. So you can take a video, you just tap here to record, and then you're going to be recording a video. Just tap it to end. Now, you can actually access all your photos by clicking over here. See the photos that you took, and you can watch the videos. And then you're going to be recording a video. So that's definitely really cool, and that's how the camera app works. Now, over here you can see that you got videos. This is basically any videos that you're going to download on here onto your device itself. You can just add to the video area. And we're going to take a look at the maps, which is the main thing. Now, with maps, there's a couple different things that you can do. You can control the movement of the maps by going up and down, and you can zoom in and out. But this is once you get into 3D mode. So when you start it up, it's probably going to look something like this. Alright? And that's not what you want. That doesn't look that cool. You know, it's not fully loaded that well. So what you're going to want to do is go over to Satellite, then tap over here on 3D, and it'll make it 3D. Also, if you want to find your location, you can go over here. But then what you can do is zoom in and out by pinching 2 fingers together, and you can go up and down by just holding 2 fingers down, going up and down, and 3 fingers will rotate. So definitely looks really cool here. You can take a look at all the cool things that you can do. The flyover is really cool, really awesome setting to have on here that you can just tap right there. You can enable the flyover in 3D maps. So that's definitely really cool. Alright, the weather. Weather is a pretty good app. You can see that it's got multiple different weather things. You can obviously add your own, tap information, you can add your own, you can change it to Fahrenheit or Celsius. Pretty simple app, kind of explanatory. You just hit the little information icon, hit the plus, add whatever town or zip code, and then you're done. Now we're going to be showing you guys how to use the Passbook application. So as you can see, once you load it up, it's going to come to here. You're going to want to tap on App Store, and it'll show you all the apps for Passbook. And you can actually download these apps and use them in Passbook. So say you wanted to install the Target Passbook app. So once you get that installing, it's going to just go like that. And what you're going to be able to do is see that you have the Target application right here. And you can go into the app, alright, but say you wanted to have this in your Passbook, which obviously you do because you have the Passbook app. You can see here that once you set up your Target over here, you can actually add it to Passbook. Once you create an account, it's going to automatically show up in your Passbook area over here. Now I haven't created an account yet. It's going to take a little too long, but it will show up in your Passbook area, which is definitely really cool. Now, the Notes application. Basically, what you can do is just tap plus. You can add a new note. It's definitely really cool, kind of self-explanatory. We have reminders. You can add reminders for certain times. So you can hit the plus icon, type in whatever you want. Kind of hard to do it when I'm looking at the screen. Then you tap on it, you can remind me on a day, and then you can do that. Also remind me at a location, so you can choose a certain location when you leave or when you get to a location. So if you have something that you're supposed to be reminded to do when you get to work, but you don't know what time you're going to get to work, remind me at a location, pinpoint your work, bam, it reminds you at a location. That is a really cool and powerful feature. Not a lot of people know that you can add that kind of feature into something as simple as the Reminders application, but I highly recommend checking out that feature. It is very powerful. Alright, so there's also the Clock app. As you can see, we got Cupertino, New York. You can actually add world clocks by clicking the plus button over here. Choose whatever area you want. You can edit, delete them, whatever. Go into the alarms. You can add alarms. Just tap the plus up here. You can choose what type of sound you want, all that stuff. Save it, and the alarm will go off. You can also set recurring alarms. Now, this is a stopwatch, kind of explanatory. There, you can have laps, you can stop, you can reset, that kind of thing. And a timer, also explanatory. You can start the timer, and you can actually close the app and let the timer run in the background. That'll work too. Stocks. Alright, let's check out the Stocks application. It hasn't changed that much. Very similar. You can see all the different stock news down here, all that stuff. You can just take a quick glance at all this stuff up here. Now you can go into the information tab, like I said, same kind of deal. Whenever you see that little information icon, that means there's more stuff available, and you can actually add different things to it. So that's definitely pretty cool. Now let's take a look at Newsstand. To add stuff to your newsstand, you click on Store. You'll go into the Newsstand store, and you can actually buy all these magazines. Once you've purchased a magazine or got a magazine for free, then the magazine will show up here in your newsstand. You can read it. That's pretty simple. iTunes kind of goes without saying. You look for music. You can see the featured here. You can swipe through the top area here. It's definitely really cool. And the iTunes Music Store is definitely optimized really well for the iPhone 5. Highly powerful, really awesome. You can take a look and you can search for all the movies and stuff. These are all the movies. These are all the TV shows. And you can actually search too. And for more, you can get audiobooks, tones like ringtones. You can turn on Genius, purchase and downloads. So that's basically where it'll go to download it when you're downloading. That really only applies to like the movies and stuff. But you wanted to look at the top charts, you click on charts over here. It'll show you all the top songs and stuff. Kind of self-explanatory. If you look over here and search, Green Day. You just search, right? You can listen to an example of the songs. If you want to purchase them, then you double tap on the buy. You can see that there's different results here. The results page is pretty cool. Recommend checking that out. And obviously the App Store is right next to it. It's very similar. You've got all the different featured stuff up here. Let's close this. Let's go back to the regular App Store. So you go to featured. You can see all the featured stuff over here. You click there, you can actually see all the collections that Apple's made for you. You can see great games on the iPhone 5. We're going to be coming out with app reviews of iPhone 5 games pretty soon, so check that out when it comes out. If you want to see all of them, you click see all. You can see that there's different categories, different stuff. You can just swipe through. Really awesome. Highly recommend getting the YouTube app, by the way. I'll show you that. So if you wanted to download an app, you can get that top charts. You can look here, you can turn on Genius, and it'll tell you what apps you should get. Search and updates. If there's any updates, you're going to get this. Purchased, you can actually look at all the apps that you have purchased and re-download them if you want. Now, say you wanted to download the YouTube app. Actually, to show you the search function, I'm going to search YouTube. Search. And then say you want to download it. By the way, it shows you all the stuff here. Install the application. It's going to install. And as you can see, it didn't actually quit the App Store, which is definitely a really cool feature. And then once you have it, you can actually open it instantly from here, or you can see that it's also been downloaded over here and it has this little new thing right next to it. Now you can actually sign into your account by clicking sign into your account. You can change settings by changing the settings. What I recommend to do is home feed, not highlights, uploads only, otherwise you're going to get spammed in your home feed. So you want uploads only, and hopefully you're subscribed to me so you get all that cool stuff. If you want to search, find if you want. Click on App Find, go over to Channels. App Find, you can actually click the subscribe and have it show up in your YouTube feed whenever you go into the YouTube app, which is definitely pretty cool. Basically what you have over here is Game Center. This is kind of like a community where you log into your Game Center and other people will be able to play you, keep track of leaderboards, get points. It's really cool. Now, I'm not going to open up the phone application right yet because basically it's kind of self-explanatory. You can add contacts, you can do all that stuff. The reason is because it has some personal information in the phone app. Obviously, it has your phone number and all that stuff. But you can just use the keyboard, set up your voicemail, contacts, all that stuff. Pretty self-explanatory phone. You can check out your mail over here. Basically, you just click on whatever one you want to start. If you have Gmail, click Gmail. If you have some kind of iCloud or Yahoo Mail or AOL or something like that, you just click there. Now, for Safari, say you wanted to go to apple.com, you take a look here, you can zoom in, zoom out, you can flip it over to landscape. Now if you flip it over to landscape, you can press this little button over here and it'll actually expand the screen. Now you can take a look at everything with the entire screen. As you can see, it's definitely really high resolution. Looks really good on the 4-inch display. Now if you scroll all the way back up to the top, it'll bring this up. If you want the bottom bar, you click there too. Now, basically, you zoom out, just pinch back together. You can bookmark this by clicking over here and, by clicking over here and adding bookmark. But you can go into your bookmarks by going over here, reading list and all that stuff. You can email it, message it, Twitter, Facebook, add it to your home screen, print, copy, bookmark, or add to your reading list. If you're going to add it to your reading list, sorry, excuse me there, basically it'll go in your reading list over here. You can check it out over here, and you can browse it in your reading list instead of having to go directly to the site. If you were to add a bookmark, click bookmark, type in whatever you want. You can save in whatever folder, hit save. Now if you go over here, you can see that Apple is now bookmarked. It was already bookmarked, but it's bookmarked twice now. You can bookmark whatever you want there. Now, this is a really cool feature. Add to home screen. Click right there. Name it whatever you want. Now, a link to Apple is right there. And to prove it to you, I'm going to go back into Safari. I'm going to go into my switcher view, which is right here. You can switch between browsers. It's untitled. Nothing's there. Click on Apple. It's going to load up apple.com right in the browser. So you can do that for any website at all. So that's definitely really cool. And if browsers are, certain websites that is, are optimized for it, then they'll have their own little icon. If not, then they won't. But if they do, then they will have an icon that represents the website. Now, music, kind of self-explanatory. Once you download music, there'll be music in the application. Now, utilities, your contacts. Ooh, I didn't want to go in there. Contacts, you can see all your contacts and stuff. I don't have any yet, but I don't want to show you the plus because sometimes it shows your contact and all that stuff. Now, calculator, you got normal calculator here, and a lot of people don't know this. I was surprised that a lot of people don't know this. A big scientific calculator, if you turn it, that's pretty simple. And the compass, which you can use as a compass. Also self-explanatory. Voice memos. You can create voice memos. And go in here. You can create voice memos. And you can share them, all that stuff. Pretty simple, pretty easy, pretty cool. And yes, that looks pretty cool. That is all those main features. Let's get into some of the other stuff. Alright, so how to move icons around. Basically, you're going to tap on an icon and hold it until they all jiggle. Now, to delete, you can tap on the X. I don't want to do that right now, but basically just tap on that X. You can only delete applications that aren't stock apps that come with it, so stuff like YouTube. And you can also move it around by going into this mode, and you can move it wherever you want. If you want to add it to a folder, you drop it right on top, and you can also name the folder. But if you wanted to actually move it to a different location, you can do that. You can have up to 4 down here in your little bar, and this bar goes with you anywhere, and you can add different apps. So say you want settings in your bar. It's that easy. It's pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. Now you can add additional pages by literally just going over here and going on to additional page. It's that easy as well. And so that's pretty cool. Now, the other thing is you can actually swipe over like that to search your iPhone for anything. Say you wanted to get into the YouTube app, search for YouTube, and you can get to the YouTube app just like that. That easy. That simple. Let's get into some more cool features. Alright, so obviously you got your multitask bar down here. You access that by double tapping on the home button. Double tap, get your multitask. Right here you can see all the apps you just had open. To close multitask apps, hold until it jiggles, and then do this. Now this isn't deleting the apps, this is deleting the multitask. You don't want to have too many multitasks running in the background, because if you do, then all these apps are in a frozen state in the background. It could slow down your device, or most likely it might drain some battery. But if you go into here, you can quickly switch, say you're in the YouTube app, switch to stocks without having to go back to the home screen. Definitely a very essential feature to have. Now also, if you're in the multitask area, by double tapping over here, you can swipe to the left, and you can see that you can actually access your music, hit play, go into music, and restart a song. And if you swipe left one more time, you can change the volume, and you can export to an AirPlay, different base station, all that stuff. So that's pretty cool. Before we get into Siri, I just want to go over hardware real quick. Let's take a look here. So as you can see, this is the home button. You can tap this to access the home area. If you're in an app, you tap it to enter back over here. You double tap it for multitask. You hold it for Siri. We'll get into Siri in a second. Now, over here, as you can see, you have your speaker up here. Well, for when you're holding up to your ear, you have your camera. You got microphones in at the bottom. You've got an additional speaker. You also have over here your power switch. So your power button, that is to say. You just turn this for on and off. To open it up, you slide to unlock, but you can also swipe up like this to take some video and stuff. So or images. That's pretty cool. And if you take a look here, you can see it's volume rocker, volume up, volume down. Pretty self-explanatory. Basically, what this is going to do is just kind of like lock certain features of the phone, depending on what kind of settings you have. This is your SD card area. So you can see the back area, we have our flash and our camera. You can see at the bottom, we have some of our speakers, and you also have the standard, basically new, faster, smaller cable area where you can plug that in over here. You can plug your earpods in up here. So that's definitely pretty cool for the iPhone 5 itself. Let's get into the Siri features. Alright, we're just going to do a really brief overview of Siri. I did an overview of Siri for the iPhone 4S. I don't want to get into every little thing, but let's go over some of the new features that you can go. Launch YouTube. And it'll open up the YouTube app instantly. So you can launch applications now with the iOS 6 Siri. That's really cool. What is 5,000 times 999 to the power of 3? Now you can ask it questions and it'll give you the answer with Wolfram Alpha.
I found this.
And it'll show you all the answers to all this stuff with the Wolfram Alpha. So that's definitely pretty cool. There's a lot of different things you can do. Remind me to make another video at 5 tomorrow.
Here's your reminder for tomorrow at 5 p.m.
And then you can confirm or deny that.
Okay, I won't remind you.
But that's pretty cool. There's a lot of different cool features that you can do with Siri. I recommend watching my other video or just kind of experimenting. There's a lot of different cool things you can do, so I recommend checking it out. Alright, let's go into settings. I know this can be boring for some people, but some people need to know all the different things about the settings. So airplane mode, basically what that'll do is it'll put into everything for the airplane. It'll turn off your cell reception, your Wi-Fi, all that cool stuff. Now, for Wi-Fi, you can connect to whatever Wi-Fi network you're on. Bluetooth, that's Wi-Fi. Bluetooth, basically what you can do is search for devices here. You can connect them by tapping on them. Do not disturb. When the phone is off, you're not going to receive any texts or text messages type stuff like pictures or anything like that, and also not going to receive any calls, that kind of thing. When the phone's off, notifications, you can handle all the different notifications for this. They'll obviously pop up here. To grab the notifications, just swipe down just from right here, from the top to the bottom. That's pretty simple to access the notifications menu. General, you're going to see your cellular. You can actually turn that off. You're going to look at About, Software Update, Usage, Siri. You can change all this stuff, date and time. A lot of different things that you can do. Sounds. You can set all your vibrate tones and all that stuff. So that's pretty cool, pretty useful. You can go into brightness and wallpaper. Literally just change the brightness here, auto if you want, and change the wallpaper. To change the wallpaper, you tap there, choose one of the default wallpapers or one of your own, and you can tap there and hit set, and you choose which wallpaper you want to set it for. So that's pretty simple and pretty easy. That's pretty cool. Now, privacy, basically self-explanatory, just tells you about all the privacy stuff. iCloud, if you wanted some iCloud stuff, that's pretty easy too. Basically, just go in there and set it up. I can't go fully into that, but I have other videos talking about iCloud. Mail and contacts, that's just all your mail, contacts, calendars, all that stuff built into one. You tap over here if you want to add a new mail account, push notifications, all that stuff. Now, notes, reminders, phone. So say you wanted to change some of the different features on your phone or your messages or something like that, or Safari. You can change those here. Now, to connect your Twitter or Facebook accounts, go over here, type in your Twitter, type in your Facebook, all that stuff, and connect your account. That's pretty simple. You can get the apps, but you can also post on Facebook. So that's pretty cool instantly, like I showed you before, and with Siri. Alright, so that's pretty much all the cool features of the iPhone 5. Remember, this video was for more beginners, but also advanced users can also take a look at this and realize some of the features they might have forgotten about or something like that. But it's definitely a really cool iPhone. I recommend getting it strongly. I'm going to be coming out with more videos. Don't forget to subscribe, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you guys later. I'm out from AppFind. Bye.